Ever wonder why you're here? Not just in this moment, but on this planet, in this life. We're often told stories of sin, punishment, or just random chance. But what if there's a deeper, more profound reason your soul chose this journey? Today, we're rediving into one of the most mysterious and suppressed texts of early Christianity, the secret book of John, also known as the Apocryphon of John. This isn't just an ancient story. It's a map to understanding the divine spark within you and the true purpose of your existence. This text, discovered among the Nag Hammadi library in 1945, flips the traditional creation story on its head. It wasn't written to be taken as literal history, but as a profound psychological and spiritual guide. It tells us that our world wasn't created by the ultimate, perfect God, the one true source. Instead, it was crafted by a lesser, arrogant being called the Demiurge, or Yaldabaoth, who mistakenly believed he was the only God. So how did this happen? The story begins in the Pleroma, a realm of pure, unblemished light, the fullness of divinity. This is our true home. Within this realm exist divine beings or emanations, called eons. One of them, an eon named Sophia, which means wisdom, felt a powerful urge to create something on her own, without her divine counterpart. This act, born from a passionate desire, resulted in an imperfect creation, the Demiurge. He was ignorant of the Pleroma, and, in his arrogance, fashioned the material world, a shadow of the true divine realm. When he created the first human, Adam, he could only form a lifeless vessel. He and his subordinate powers, called the Archons, couldn't give it life. They were stumped. So, in a moment of cosmic trickery, Sophia convinced the Demiurge to blow the power he had inherited from her into Adam's face. In that breath, a spark of the divine light from the Pleroma, a piece of Sophia's own essence, entered the material body. And that, right there, is the secret. That divine spark is in you. It's in every single one of us. This is why the Gnostics believed humanity is fundamentally different from the rest of the material world. We are divine light trapped in matter. We are royalty living in exile, having forgotten our noble origins. The Archons, the rulers of this material realm, thrive on our forgetfulness. They are the forces of illusion that create distraction, fear, and attachment to keep us from remembering who we really are. They don't want us to wake up because our awakening threatens their control. Think about it in modern terms. The Archons aren't necessarily little demons floating around. They represent the systems and thought patterns that keep us spiritually asleep. Consumerism that tells us happiness is in the next purchase. Social media that fuels comparison and envy. Rigid belief systems that discourage questioning. And the constant noise of the world that prevents us from hearing the quiet voice within. They are the forces of conformity, the voices that whisper, "Don't be different, don't ask deep questions, just fit in." So, if we're here, trapped in a world designed to make us forget, what's the point? Is it just a cosmic tragedy? The secret book of John gives us a breathtakingly beautiful answer. Your soul did not descend into this world to suffer or be punished. It came here on a rescue mission. Sophia, in her compassion and wisdom, saw the divine light scattered and trapped in the darkness of the material realm. Your soul is a particle of that light, sent down to awaken and gather the other sparks. You are here to bring consciousness into the unconscious, light into the shadow. Your purpose isn't to escape the world, but to transform it from within. Every act of kindness, every moment of genuine connection, every time you choose love over fear, you are redeeming the very fabric of this reality. You are anchoring the light of the Pleroma right here on Earth. The Gnostic path isn't about rejecting the world in disgust, but engaging with it from a place of higher awareness. So, how do we do this? How do we fight the amnesia and wake up? The key is something the ancient Greeks called anamnesis, which means remembrance. It's the opposite of amnesia. Anamnesis is the process of actively remembering our divine origin. It's not about learning something new, but about uncovering what has been buried deep within your soul all along. This remembrance begins with turning inward. It's about cultivating stillness and paying attention to the subtle whispers of your spirit. This is what the Gnostic Gospels, like the Gospel of Thomas, point to when they say, "The kingdom of God is inside of you." The secret isn't out there in a book or a guru, it's within. When you meditate, when you spend time in nature, when you create art, when you ask profound questions about your life, you are practicing anamnesis. You are fanning the flames of that divine spark. The secret book of John presents a radical idea. The material world, the very thing that seems like a prison, is actually a mirror. The illusion itself becomes the path home, because it is in confronting the challenges of this life, the frustrations, the heartbreaks, the limitations, that our inner light is forced to shine brighter. It's like a muscle. When you push against resistance, you become stronger. When your spirit pushes against the limitations of the material world, it awakens its true power. The archons try to keep you identified with your temporary self, your job title, your bank account, your social status, your body. They want you to believe that's all you are. But anamnesis allows you to see past that. You start to realize, I am not my thoughts. I am not my emotions. I am not this body. I am the eternal awareness that is observing all of it. This is the ultimate freedom. When you know who you truly are, the archons and their illusions lose their power over you. Fear dissolves, because what can truly harm an eternal spark of the divine? The text describes a final ascent, where the enlightened soul, armed with this self-knowledge or gnosis, travels back through the celestial realms. At each level, the soul confronts the archons, but they can no longer hold it back. The soul declares its freedom, its knowledge of its true origin, and passes through, returning to the pleroma, the fullness of light, reuniting with the source. And importantly, it doesn't just return empty-handed. It brings with it the experience and wisdom gained from its journey in the material world, enriching the pleroma itself. So, what does this mean for you, today, in your ordinary life? It means that your life has an epic, cosmic significance. That argument you had, that project you're struggling with, that moment of quiet joy, it's all part of the great work. The Gnostic secret is that you don't need to go anywhere or become anyone else. You just need to remember who you already are. Look at the world around you, not as a prison, but as a training ground, a gymnasium for the soul. See every challenge as an opportunity to awaken a little more. See every person you meet as another divine spark, whether they remember it or not. The ultimate act of rebellion against the forces of forgetfulness is to live a life of conscious awareness and unconditional love. The teachings of the secret book of John were considered dangerous because they placed the key to salvation directly in your hands. You don't need an intermediary. You are a child of the divine, and your true home is waiting for you to remember it. Your journey on earth is not a mistake. It is a sacred mission to bring light into the darkness, and it all starts with one simple, powerful act: remembering. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the hidden truths of our world. Until next time, keep questioning and keep remembering.